welcome to another video. I'm coming to you from the car. My steering wheel is in the way, sorry, because I forgot to start this video yesterday and I wanted to give you the rundown of what we're doing in this video before I forget to intro it and then there isn't an intro because I did that last video. So I'm trying to be better about making sure I talk to you guys before I actually start reading, you know. So in this video, we're going to be trying a new genre, which I think is going to become a little bit of a series on my channel because I really do want to spread out, branch out, and even if this isn't necessarily like a new whole category of a genre, it's a new subgenre for me. So we're going to be starting Cowboy Romance. We're going to be reading Cowboy Romance, trying it for the first time. I'm already a little bit of the way through. I'm very excited. I think after the last book that I read, I was a little nervous that I was going to be in a slump. So I think this is the perfect thing for a video to jump in because I know that a silly little romance is going to be what the doctor ordered. It's normally what I pick when I need to keep the ball rolling with my reading, but I don't want to jump into anything too heavy, or I read something that was really, really special. And so now I don't have to get too deep into what I'm reading. So pretty excited. Welcome to the video. Besties. I think the last time I talked to you was literally the intro of the video and I haven't said anything since. Update. We are, what, halfway through the book, the first book. And I don't know if I said trial number 2. We are halfway through the book. I don't know if I clarified this in the intro, but we are going to be reading all 4 of the books in that series and really try to get the cowboy experience because we haven't read any cowboy romance. We've read dark romance, regular romance, like rom-com-y, and small town. And small town I think is the closest to cowboy, the same vibe. So
cowboy's the next in line.
We've gotten close, but cowboy is definitely very specific, little niche group of romance. So we're going to be reading the entire series to get like our full idea of it. And then obviously I know that we could read other books from different authors, so maybe that'll happen in another video, but I just really thought that these books seemed so cute and like the covers are so cowboy and they're quick, which is another thing. Like I didn't want to get too invested in anything, but in terms of how I feel about the book, it's going okay. I think my only issue is the way that the male and female character, it's the first book is about this girl who races horses and she had an accident and she needs to come back home, and her older brother's best friend is a romance going on. And my only issue is that it wasn't like she went to her career and then hasn't been back in town in X amount of years and then she comes back and sees him and they're like, whoa, you're hot now. It's like they just saw each other recently-ish. Like she comes back home periodically and him all of a sudden being attracted to her is a little far-fetched in my opinion, because it's like,
yeah, I seen
he
her
just
recently.
saw her. Like she comes back home for holidays and random weekends and he sees her like in passing, but he's like only just now attracted to her and he literally saw her like 3 months ago, which is where I'm like, I don't know. I think it would
be building at least.
I think it would have made more sense if he's always had a thing for her, but he's gonna act on it now, or if it was he hasn't seen her since she was just graduating high school and now she's a grown woman and he sees her so differently. That'd be different. That's my only complaint, where I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But otherwise it's going well. And I do like, it's very similar in certain aspects to Lucy's Score books, like the Things We Never Got Over, those books.
Knockout series.
The Knockout series. But all those books are so thick, and this, it's like half of the page count I think, and that's nice because it feels like it's going a lot faster. And now we're trying, okay, we live by Chicago, to give you like an idea of like what we're talking about here. And I don't know how to experience the cowboy aesthetic outside of Chicago. What, we're gonna go to the city and be city cowgirls? No. So, and like I don't want to drive like in the middle of, no, like you know what I'm saying. Anyways, so we're trying to experience the cowboy theme, which made me think, okay, animals, and so we're going to the zoo. To try to get on theme. Maybe there'll be a petting zoo. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Maybe we'll see something.
We're just gonna have a good time.
Somewhat ranch related, or we're gonna see a lion. And that's not cowboy related, but it's an animal. And it's as close as we're gonna be able to get, because otherwise we're just gonna have to go to the mall and find a cowboy hat. Like that's all we got. Bye.
When I look at the sun going down to other skies, all I want is to be there with a new state of mind, a place I've never heard of. I will walk like a nomad. I've been stuck inside my house too long. Can't stand being all alone, wasting hours on my phone. I'm ready to go now.
Okay, we're en route to the farm to be cowgirlies. We realize that there is a farm in the zoo, I think is what it's called, and we are going to at very least see a barn.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in this farm.
Yeah, we passed on the way here, so.
I don't know what's in this farm, but I at least know that we're gonna see something. Hello besties! So we came back from the zoo, stopped on the way home, we ate something, and then we went to Barnes and we picked up the 4th book in the series, which came out somewhat recently. And this cover is bothering me. I haven't even finished the 1st book yet. Do not bite. She likes to bite the corners of books. I haven't even finished the 1st one, but we have the 2nd, 3rd, and now we've just purchased the 4th because we're really just going in and trusting that we're gonna like the series, which I am liking it so far, but I'll get to that later. But we just picked this up. Cowboy hat. Cowboy hat. Cowboy hat. Where is the hat? I would have been fine if you threw it on the girl, you know? It doesn't need to be a cowboy hat. It could be a cowgirl hat. It doesn't matter. Where is the hat? They all have hats, except for this one. It's a dumb thing to care about, and I know that once we put these away, I'm never going to display them like this. I know that I'm only gonna have to see them like this, and this is all fine, cute, whatever. Fine. Literally looks great. So cute together. Maybe it makes sense. Maybe it makes sense for the characters. Maybe he's not a cowboy. I literally was just cackling because I wasn't expecting spice, I guess. And, you know, that's my bad. Time to use this obnoxious. Wow. The spice. It hasn't begun yet, but they're just like chatting about it, kind of almost doing stuff. You know what I mean? Things are gonna happen. I know that it's gonna get spicy at some point. But it just caught me off guard. And while I've been reading this, I've been listening to the 3rd book in the Legacy of Gods not trilogy. The 3rd book in the Legacy of Gods series. That series is dark romance, very spicy, a whole lot going on. I'm like, oh, took a little break. Give myself some more wholesome, you know, we're gonna what? Ride some horses, be on a ranch. Don't go into this thinking that you were gonna not get spice, because we're getting spice and I'm sure it's gonna be cowboy themed. So that's exciting. I'm gonna keep reading. I think it's probably around a 3 right now though, because it's not like groundbreaking. It's just a different genre. Hey, if you don't want to hear what I'm about to have you listen to, here's the time to skip to. However, Sam's listening to this audibly and there's only one voice actor. And
Well, there's 2, and why don't they use the other one?
so when it's in her point of view, it does her voice.
Yes.
But when the dialogue is in the male's point of view,
It's
he gets to
only him.
go from brr, like he is making the higher pitched sound. And this is an intimate scene. So if it's a spoiler for you, just skip again to what I said. But here.
I could almost hear both of our heartbeats. I want you to fuck me in this truck, please.
Please.
Please. Someone is whispering that in Sam's ear. How do you do that with a straight face? How are you that actor? Please. He's talking to himself. He's alone in a booth doing all that. That's crazy. Just had to share that bit with you. Back to reading. Trader Joe's pancakes. Trader Joe's hash browns. Trader Joe's syrup. We have started, no, that's not true. I've started Swift and Saddled. Sam has started Lost and Lassoed, but she's not ahead of me, technically, because she doesn't have access to this yet. She's waiting for it to be free in the library. So she's reading the 3rd one, so she can read from here because she's probably gonna need to do that. And it doesn't matter because like we know that they're gonna end up together. So like who cares, you know?
I like the 3rd book the best.
And I don't know about the 3rd book, but I know I don't like this one as much as the 1st book. I don't like her. I look busted. Update time. So, okay, funny story. I don't think we've actually been able to tell you that we're reading 2 different books right now. Sam isn't, I think I did. Sam isn't able to get the 2nd book, so she has jumped to the 3rd one. She is reading what we think and what she knows to be the best book so far
out of the series, I think.
And I am reading the
worst
one. And I feel bad saying that because obviously I know the author put in, you know, their time, whatever. I just...
The 2nd one, I don't like the stereotype of what's happening, I think.
Yeah.
Or what she's told me.
I have a really hard time when I don't like the female main character, and I just really don't like this female main character. I don't have anything like in common with her, and she just kind of, it's not because she's insecure, it's because every single thing is about her being insecure, which I just think is like getting overplayed. I'm having a hard time because it's not like I'm saying that if you're into cowboy stuff or whatever, that there can't be like more, not hardcore, but like smuttier smut, if you know what I'm trying to say. But it just seems so like drastically out of place. Like I really wasn't expecting it. It's not like I was expecting nothing, but it just, the way that they're talking,
well, especially for the characters in your book,
it just,
the male character in your book,
he is so golden retriever, literally to the point that his entire personality is he is willing to do anything for anyone, that he's losing himself and struggles with depression and doesn't feel like he has a real purpose in life other than being the nice guy in other people's lives. Because he's so extremely nice, the fact that his talk in the bedroom is what it's turning out to be is just so odd to me.
It just seems like character from what you said.
Yeah, and like I get it, like obviously like nice people can throw it down and whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to, it's just I'm reading it and I'm like, what is going on? And the other thing is that she has like the stuff with her ex and, you know, like growing up feeling kind of lonely, and she's the kind of person that when she's uncomfortable she gets really mean, and I am very much the kind of person that thinks that your past trauma doesn't give you permission to be a jerk going forward. It changes other things about you, but like it doesn't give you a free pass to be a jerk. And she's been kind of rude. She's like, oh, I know that was mean, but like whatever, you know, like she knows she's being mean. She's not my favorite. She's not my favorite, and he just doesn't make sense to me. So I don't like this book. I'm really leaning towards like a 2.
Where in my book, I think I'm leaning towards a 4 right now.
And the first one I gave a 3. So that's unfortunate, but otherwise I really like the idea of a cowboy romance. I really like how fast this is. That's one thing I will give it credit for, is I am flying through this. I think I'm going to just chug through. I don't want to spend extra time just going into detail about like negatives about the book, because obviously like what does that do? You know, like you already know I'm not feeling it. So I think I'm just gonna finish this one and then catch up with you guys for the third one, because based off of Sam's reactions and the characters, I think I'll talk about that one more and show my reactions for that one more. So I think next time you see me, I'll just be starting the third one.
And I'll be going to that.
And she'll be going into this. You guys, I'm whispering because it's early. You could tell my voice is all like bedtime sounds. I woke up a little bit ago and I've been just reading and enjoying my time. I love this book. Do you hear me? I get the hype. I get cowboy romance. I get small town romance. I get it. This could be a 5. Like, I am having such a good time giggling, laughing. I know that I really like a romance when after every single interaction, especially when there's a lot of banter, like I'll read it and then I close the book and I am like, and then I start reading again. If you've seen like my reactions to me reading the romances before, you know what I'm talking about, where I slam the book shut and like keep taking breaks. I am having such a good time and it makes me feel so much better, because one, I kind of felt like this video was a little bit of a bust because the first book I felt averagely about and the second book I really didn't enjoy. So I was feeling like this was a little bit of a bust and kind of disappointed. Even though I liked the atmosphere in those books, I just wasn't getting hooked. This, I'm obsessed. I think especially because he is super grumpy, she is super like sassy, witty, which is literally my bread and butter. I love, not necessarily like only grumpy, but I just love banter. I love the back and forth. I love a good sarcastic sparring session, and if you like that type of trope and you like that type of dynamic, read this book. It is so good. I'm literally devouring it. I love it so much, and I really think this could be a 5 depending on how it goes. I think the only thing that could ruin it for me is like a stupid third act conflict. You guys, I just talked and talked and talked and the camera wasn't even recording because my SD card was out of storage, and I was just yammering on about this book. Hold please. There only being this much left of the book is criminal. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. I don't know if this is gonna put me in a slump. I don't know if any other cowboy romance will ever compare. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because I'm obsessed. I love everything. I love this book so much. I love the characters. I love the world. I love the family. I love the ranch. I love like the whole setting, everything that it's describing. I love their dynamic. I love their relationship. I love what they bring out in each other. Literally everything about it. Like, they are the perfect example of what I want when you have like the constant back and forth and like the banter. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Like, I love, in real life, I love quick-witted people. I just really enjoy like a good spar back and forth, and when someone else can spar with me, I always feel like that's how I've made like majority of my friends, is if they can do that. He is a perfect amount of grumpy, she is a perfect amount of sassy, and they are perfect. They, oh, I feel like I'm trying to sell this to you, but I am. If you don't read anything else in the series, you have to read this book. Especially if you love banter. If you don't like banter, you don't like grumpy, move on. You're not gonna like this. But if you do, you want that, you're craving that. And like Family Man, he is washing her hair. It's too much. It's too much. I have to at least show you guys my reactions to some of it. I'm so close to the end. I'd rather fight with Teddy than be happy with anyone else. Holy crap. Kids are wild. Kids, they'll put you on blast. That's so funny. That was so well done. Oh. I love them. I love them so much. I can't. With these two, they're killing me. They're suffocating me with how obsessed I am. He literally, he is so thoughtful and not in like an in your face kind of way. Not like I need to show that I'm great. Oh no, it's like, I remembered 3 weeks ago you mumbled something about this, so let me just help you with that now. You mumbled it that one time. Oh my god, he's obsessed with her. He's obsessed with her. He's literally let me calm down. I finished the book. I have thoughts. I'm not ready to share them yet. I'm not even ready to give a rating. I just need to think about it. I need to let the obsession wear off before I give it a rating, and then I will update you. But I finished. I think I'm gonna tidy up the room and do some behind the scenes admin-y YouTube things, and maybe get ready because I have to film a whole other video, so I might get ready and start preparing for that. Sunsets and shores far from home, headlights are shining on the sea. No place on earth I'd rather be. And I could try to just follow the swell, but I'll never find this anywhere else. So I cleaned the room. What else did I do? I ate something and ended up being gross, so that was annoying. What else? I got dressed. I got ready. I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5. I thought about it. I gave it its fair, you know, chance for me not to be thinking as obsessively about it. Like I cleared my head. I watched some YouTube videos. Just kind of chilled after I got everything that I need to do so that I could really think about if I want to give it a 5, which normally I think that if I'm giving something a 5, I have to just automatically know. But I don't think so with this one, because the more I thought about it, the more I realized if this is going to be what I compare every other cowboy romance to, not romance specifically, when I rate books, I'm rating them for, or I'm rating them within the genre. So I am going to compare every other cowboy romance to this book. To me, that means a 5. If I'm holding it as like, what's that called in school? The rubric. If I'm using it as, you know, what I'm judging everything else off of, these standards, to me that means it's as best as it's gonna be, or as good as it's gonna be. So that means it's a 5. So I'm giving it a 5. Next book that it's going to be in this video is Wild and Wrangled. I still haven't looked into see if this is the last book in this series. I don't know who else other ones would be about, because we've kind of gone through everybody that I could see there being something about. So if there is, I'd be very surprised. Probably talk to you guys again when Sam is here, because I don't think I'm gonna start reading until after she already gets home. Hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend. I finished this book and I'm making a change to my overall rating. What I have for the final lineup, the first book is going to be a 3.25. The second book is a 2. The third book was a 5. And the fourth book is a 3. My final lineup, my final ratings, no take backsies. Now, I will say, I obviously really enjoyed the third book. So it's not necessarily, it hasn't, okay. It's hard to say because it seems like I didn't enjoy it. And I feel like the parts that you guys are seeing, you don't really see me enjoying it, but I really did have a fun time with the whole cowboy aesthetic, with the small town, with everything that came along with this subgenre. My main issue, I think, is didn't like the characters enough to feel like it was worth being obsessed with. The third book, the reason that I gave it a 5 is because I feel like that book is what I would compare all cowboy romances to, because the atmosphere in all 4 books was perfect. It was everything that I wanted, everything that I was hoping for, and if you want like cowboy ranch vibes, perfect for you. My issue is with the characters and the character building, their personal stories. So that's where like my ratings go down. But in terms of like the atmosphere, I really enjoyed it. I definitely will read other cowboy romances. I'm very curious about Elsie Silver because I know that the Chestnut Springs series is unmatched in regards to cowboy and small town and, you know, people being obsessed. This last book that I read, the main character Camille, she was so hot and cold with Dusty, who's the main male character, and I just personally don't like that type of behavior. I find it a little toxic, and so that type of energy, when he was so consistent and so forgiving, like if she really thought about it, she would know his intentions and know that he was trying to be there for her, because he's literally like from childhood he's always been there for her. Her continuing to be like that, I just like, even towards the end, I still felt like she hadn't grown enough. I felt like she hadn't gotten past her issues, and I just don't think that that was fair to him. And so I just couldn't like her as a character, because how can I root for someone that I genuinely don't think is ready for the relationship that they're getting into? Like, not that she was like too faulted, because like I don't really think that, but I just don't think that she was ready, and I don't think that she had matured enough within herself and within her ability to handle a relationship to be with him, and for him to have deserved what he was getting from her. Like, I just think that he was pouring in way more than she was. I think I don't want to go too far into like how I felt about every single book, because I know that the next video after this is going to be my wrap up, so you're going to see like a very detailed explanation of every book, what it was about, my rating, why I gave it that rating, all that. So I don't want to do it for 4 books especially and then you watch it next. So I'm just gonna leave that, because it literally is the next video that you're gonna see, and I know that's not gonna take too long to record, post, edit, whatever, so you'll see that soon. But just know that those are my ratings, and Cowboy Romance is definitely a vibe. I think it was super fun. I really recommend it. I think that you could, like, other people could like this series more than I did. I mean,
I also think people that just like romance in general like would really like this, because like
yeah,
romance isn't our first genre, even though like it is a genre that we do like a lot.
Yeah, I would rather dive into a character and really see, yes, their faults, but I want to see them grow more. And like, this book isn't like, what, barely 300 pages, so it's like you can't have as much growth as I'm personally looking for in books in these types of romances. Like, you're just not gonna get that. Trying to give us more where you end up with like the random trauma dumping or random like super deep self-reflection in the middle of regular dialogue, like random things like that, it's just not my personal taste. So if that doesn't bother you, if you like Lucy Score, or if you like Lauren Asher, jump in, dive in, love this. You will love this. I really think that you would totally enjoy it. Those 2 authors aren't my favorite because of that romance writing style, so I think that's kind of the problem. It's just not my personal taste, but I would recommend it to people that like those authors. That's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you so much, and bye.